Right, we are gonna head off this weekend. We're gonna do some full driving. I'd like to take this thing out tray only. It has been a while since it's been tray only. So we're gonna rip this canopy off, and I thought it was a really good time to show you how we take it off at home. First things first, you need to unbolt it. So grab yourself a 17mm socket, depending on what bolts you're using, a 17mm socket and spanner. Undo all the bolts. There's usually 6 in the canopy for a Norweld. Take the bolts out of there completely and undo any wiring that you've got. So most of these canopies have power running to them, so make sure you undo your Anderson plug on this side. Any other wiring you got, I've got a couple of solar inputs and I've actually got a bit of power running from the canopy up to the tent. I can leave that one attached, but I do need to unplug anything else that's connected from the vehicle or the tray to the canopy. Okay, so these wind-off jacks are a left and right option, so they will take your canopy off regardless of which way you put it in there. However, you just can't open your canopy door if you do put it in incorrectly. So you do need to put them in so that the actual wind-off mechanism is offset to the outside of your canopy. So when you put them in, it's always a good idea to just imagine the canopy door going up and down and just ensure that this section of the jack leg isn't going to interfere with that. The other thing I'd like to mention too is this truck's on portals. It does have quite wide guards, so if you're going to drive out underneath this, you need to make sure that whatever you have sticking out off your tray clears that, whether it's a tap, whether it's your toolbox handle, whether it's a sideboard pin, anything like that. Just keep that in mind. Make sure you've got a clear path down the side of these jack legs. So for this vehicle, I just have to push it out slightly just to make sure I clear the guards. Other than that, we'll get all 4 of these in and then slowly wind them up with the little handles that they give you. It's a pretty simple process, so I'll just run that through and show you how we do it. Right, so we've got the jack legs in, we've got our winders on, so you just want to do this little bit by little bit. You want to take the front up, the back up, each side evenly. So a couple of winds on each side. Lift the whole thing off, square to the headboard, make sure you're not digging the top end of the headboard or you're lifting it off on an angle or side to side. So the vehicle will come up, take a little bit of the suspension as you wind it off, but you just want to do it, again, evenly as possible and just lift the whole thing off until you've got enough clearance underneath that you can drive out underneath. All right, that's about it. We've taken it up high enough to get the tray out underneath. The back of the car is a little bit higher than the front, so we do need to just accommodate for that back end passing underneath the canopy. Got a bit of a gap on the headboard. All the wiring's been undone, checked, solar's undone, so we're good to go. Alright, so canopy's off, pretty easy to do. Just jack it up, drive out. No, but we're going to lower it right down, make it easy for packing, a lot more stable. We can open the tent up and potentially change the sheets in there. Get that ready to go, throw some gear in. I can also put the battery system on charge inside the canopy with the 240 inlet in the rear. That'll be super handy. I can leave the fridge running, pack all that gear in it, have it ready to go. But for now, I'm going to get this thing down, throw some sideboards on that ute and go have some fun.